Hi, how's it going? I figured I'd start today with something a little different. So many of the videos you find are how-to videos. I'm going to call this one a why-do video. Um, so clearly we need to know how to do things within a new learning and management system. And if you're watching this video, then most likely you're part of the city colleges and you're transitioning from Blackboard to Brightspace. But knowing how to do things doesn't necessarily empower you to be able to answer the question of why. So I could spend the next 3 hours creating videos of how to do the gradebook and how to create announcements, but those exist already. What doesn't necessarily exist is the why. So why do we do the things we do? And so I thought I would have a series of these videos is sort of getting into the why I do the things I do. And I'm by no means an expert on anything. I've been teaching at the college level for 13 years, and I've been using learning management system since I started. And my use has definitely changed over time. And so this is the kind of 13-year version of my use. And because I'm also transitioning, this is my kind of use of Brightspace. So I'm going to jump into one of my existing courses and just to show you how I've been using it this semester without showing any student data. And then I'll jump into a course with no student data, and I can talk a little bit more in future videos. All right, so let me just jump into my 122 for this semester. So the focus of this why do is why do we use a learning management system to communicate with students? And this is geared toward I think anybody teaching, but I'm face-to-face. So for me, learning management is actually not necessary in the sense of being able to see and talk to my students. I see and talk to them assuming they show up to class twice a week. But those teaching online, obviously, the learning management system is a huge part of the communication since you don't actually see your students. You see them through their usage, through their through the traffic that they have on the learning management system. All right, so here I am. So first of all, a couple neat things. You do know how many people visit your course. This could be me, though, so it's not very relevant. I use a different computer from home. What I want to focus on is the announcements. So the announcement tool is super important. So each class I create an announcement essentially saying what we did that day. So some are longer, some are shorter. I've done them a few different ways this semester. Most are text, but not all of them. If I scroll down, I'll eventually find one that's a video, just to mix things up. So if I jump into, let's see which one has a good one. There we go. Now we're getting there. Video. See, so I did create videos to sort of say what was happening. This one was a particularly odd one. I could play it while we're watching. So this one I essentially didn't show myself. I just kind of picked a random object. In this case, it was a close-up of a ruler. In a previous video, it was an actual screenshot of some transformations being done on for geometry, using pictures, student pictures in this case. I created a character in one of my videos called the red orange square. I think that's one right here. So long story short, let's have some fun with it. And the students, they do check these things out. Now, they have to be on Brightspace to be able to check these out. And so there are two ways around that. And this is kind of getting into the how-to part. One option is just to send them an email of that announcement. And that's what I do. I'll go into class list and send everybody that email. That's one option. The other, and I'll just cut and paste it right in. The other option is to mess with the notifications. And so I encourage students to change the notifications so that they get an email of the announcements coming. That's important. So why do we communicate? We communicate so that students are thinking about the class outside of the class time. That's especially important for face-to-face. If students just leave class on a Thursday and don't think about the class until the Tuesday, I think that's a bad thing. It's like you're starting over. And so not to say you want to be that intrusive, but you want to be a little bit intrusive. And again, this is my opinion on this. The other piece of the communication side of things is, for me, it's reflective. So I have the student's journal, and I use Brightspace as a means to do that. So I can just show you what a journal is without showing you the student journal entries because they are private. So they have these weekly journals, and essentially it's just asking them to give a summary of what happened during class. Not even a summary, more of a reflective summary, and then a reflection of what they thought the goals were. And then each week I have very specific things I'm asking, and so you can see students actually do things. But yeah, another really important means. So I do this because I want students, again, thinking about the course, talking about the course, and focusing on those sort of not non-academic, but sort of the things that are the affective side of things. So not the can you do this? Can you analyze that? But can you think about your own thinking? So I hope you enjoyed my first, not brief enough, why do video. This is why I do these certain communication types of things. And I'll see you at the next video.